Kevin Lee versus Gregor Gillespie took place on the main card of UFC 244, Masvidal versus Diaz at MSG last night. It was a great fight while it lasted. Good shit, Kevin Lee. Well done. Well done, Kevin Lee. I'm very proud of him. I feel very happy that he's won for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like there's been a sort of shift in how people see Kevin Lee now. He's really reclaimed a lot of fans, it would seem. I knew he was going to win this fight. I predicted him to win this fight against Gregor Gillespie. I didn't think he was going to win it like that. I'm not going to take all the credit and say that I'm some kind of fucking genius here. I thought Kevin Lee would get the finish later on in the fight by submission. When I saw the staph infection, I think that's why we saw Kevin Lee come out a bit more aggressive on the feet. He has staph infection on his chest, I believe. A little bit of staph infection. I feel like he had a bit more urgency to try and get the fight out in the first round, and that's why we saw the style that we did. Gregor Gillespie, man, he's not the biggest lightweight in the world, and also something people seem to forget. Yes, Kevin Lee and Darren Till are losing on these cards. Yes, they've lost their last few fights. Kevin Lee's 27, and so is Darren Till. He might even be 26. The improvements they're going to make between fights. The guy you saw lose in his last fight is going to be a completely different person, and that is especially true for Kevin Lee. Tri-Star Kevin Lee. Kevin Tri-Star Lee. Okay? He's got a new nickname on the block. I'm liking it already. And now what this does is, with a big win, no damage whatsoever, gets away with a nice little performance bonus, a nice bit of money to keep it going, is it keeps him and gets him more time with Firas Zahabi as a coach. Remember, he's only just started training with Firas Zahabi. If we see Kevin Lee in 4 months or 5 months, guess what? That's another 4 or 5 months with fucking Firas Zahabi. And he's 27. He's going to improve dramatically between fights. He's still the same guy that beat Edson Barboza. And by the way, before the rest of these recent guys did as well. He's the same guy that beat Barboza. He dominated Michael Chiesa and choked him out. I don't care about this isn't defending yourself. That's not defending yourself. Okay? So he beat Michael Chiesa dominantly as well. I don't know, man. I just think Kevin Lee's a beast. I predicted him to win. A lot of people are betting against him. I feel like they did it out of hatred, maybe. Because a lot of people seem to have turned on Kevin Lee a little bit. They don't like the confident talk out of someone that loses. You know what I mean? A lot of people switch on things like that. But for Gregor Gillespie, name the best guy he beat. Yancy Medeiros. At lightweight. You know? That doesn't get me excited. I look at Kevin Lee's record. I see Kevin Lee. I see fights with Tony Ferguson that he was winning before he lost. It's just different levels. And then Gregor Gillespie, I mean, takes so much time between fights. Sometimes Kevin Lee's been more active and Gregor's coming back for the second time this year. However, he takes a lot of time out of camp. I don't know, man. He's 32 years old. They're at different parts of their career, I feel. Even though we're just hearing about Gregor Gillespie now. Kevin Lee's a young guy. He's trying to get his money, you know. Gregor Gillespie's been doing other shit. You know what I mean? I just think Kevin Lee's a beast. And from here, I want to see Kevin Lee versus Islam Makhachev. That's what I want to see. That head kick was beautiful, though. Holy shit. Nice little... Did he slip in? I remember he slipped inside the jab with the right hand. Came over the top with a switch head kick. I believe it was this... No. I'm pretty sure George St. Pierre has used that combo quite a few times in his career. I'm seeming to remember. So maybe that's the tri-star effect rubbing off on him. But that combo was fucking lethal, and that's what you want to do. UFC 244, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. You're starting the pay-per-view up straight away. Everyone's watching, and he does that to someone. His Instagram's probably going to blow up right now. He just got a massive performance. Everyone's immediately... I feel like the general consensus is that everyone's immediately forgotten about him losing to RDA. You know what I mean? And who cares? RDA, yeah, long time ago. Who cares? You know, Kevin Lee just put on a statement, refreshed everyone's memories of what he's like at lightweight. He's lost to the best. He's no slouch. You know what I mean? I don't know. I do want to see him versus Makhachev next, though. I think that makes most sense. For sure. Him versus Makhachev on the main card. Here's the card, okay? UFC Moscow. UFC 248, I believe it will be. Or 249, whatever it's going to be. UFC Moscow. Khabib versus Ferguson. Hear me out. Shevchenko versus Zhang as the co-main event. Hear me out. I'm very tired right now. Kevin Lee versus Islam Makhachev as the feature fight. Okay? We'll see what Volkov's up to after the Greg Hardy fight. We'll see what happens. Maybe he can go on there versus Olenek in an all-Russian showdown. Or maybe him versus Blades. We got fights to make, boys, man. I'm liking this. Kevin Lee gets the job done. And for Gregor Gillespie, I don't know what I want to see him fight, man. I'm not really too sure. Maybe we can do a Gregor Gillespie versus Francisco Trinaldo. Do Trinaldo a favour because he did have a razor close fight with Alexander the Great. What's his name? Alexander Hernandez. So maybe we'll do Francisco Trinaldo a nice little favour. Give him a ranked opponent in Gregor Gillespie. There you go. That makes most sense to me. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. I'm really tired right now. I'm sorry. I don't have the most energy. I started with energy and I feel like throughout this video my head has slowly disintegrated down the screen, to be honest with you. I'm finding it hard to speak. I'm on 4 hours of sleep. It was a late one, but it was worth it. All for that doctor stoppage. Goodbye. Click that.